It's so important to know that just because you're misunderstood and other people may not necessarily get you, it doesn't take away from your value. It doesn't take away from the purpose that God has for you at all. Okay, so Luke chapter 2, verses 41 through 52 is entitled The Boy Jesus in the Temple, right? But 46 through 52 is what spoke to me the loudest. So listen. Okay, so at this time, every year, Joseph and Mary will go to Jerusalem for Passover, right? For the Feast of Passover. And, Jesus is with them. So, mind you, he's 12 at this time. In the midst of this one particular year, at the time that Jesus was 12, he ended up like straggling behind a little bit as they was like, going through the days of Passover. Towards the end of it, as they were like getting ready to leave Jerusalem, they couldn't find him. They're like, where did he go? Like, he done straggled behind, right? Now, mind you, we got to think about how it used to be back in them times. Like, there were no cars. They was traveling on foot. So, like, when they would take journeys, they would take a day's journey, a week's journey, a month's journey, a year's journey. Like, they were getting around best that they could, which is usually walking to and from. So, they done got, like, a days ahead, thinking that, like, he done struggled behind, but mind you, you gotta think about how many of them it is. So, that he with family, he in good company, like, he good. Until Mary look and realize, like, he not with us. What the freak? So, they looking for him or whatever. They go back and start, like, heading back towards Jerusalem after they already got ahead of day. And they looking for him. And then, all right, so now 3 days done went by. And they finally found him. Imagine losing your son for 3 days. Can't find him. Thinking that he right behind you, or he right with your people, or he with his cousins, and you ain't seen him in 3 days. Imagine as a parent, like, how afraid you would be, how scared you would be, how terrified. Like, 3 days worrying about where this 12-year-old boy is. And they finally get back to Jerusalem. He ain't left Jerusalem. He's still there. And they find him in the temple. So when they find him, he's in the midst of doctors asking him questions, literally telling them stuff. Like, he sitting there with the doctors as if he is a grown man and he a doctor too, asking stuff, getting an understanding of things, talking to them. They all communicating. And his mama, like, Mary is like, Jesus, why did you do this? Like, do you know we've been in sorrow looking for you? Like, we were very sick. Like, why did you, straggle behind? Why did you stay? Like, why did you do this? Now, in the midst of this, like, you ever seen a kid that's, like, wise beyond their years, so they say? Or you ever been around somebody and you like, dang, you only this young? Like, you speak and you carry yourself like you 20 years ahead. So that was like the type of amazement and astonishment the doctors had. They like amazed at Jesus' understanding, at the wisdom that he had, the questions that he was able to ask back, the way that he interacted with them. They were in there in awe. And after Mary is asking this, he responds to her and says, how is it that ye sought me? Is it not that I must be about my Father's business? And verse 50 says, and they understood not the saying which he spoke to them. And he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject unto them. But his mother, Mary, she kept all the sayings that he said in her heart, although she didn't understand at all. They never left her. And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. Now let me tell y'all why this spoke to me so crazy. Because oftentimes you can be so misunderstood. Like, I've experienced being misunderstood a lot in my life. And at this time, Jesus is 12 years old, wise, out here deciding to stay back with doctors and minister to them. At this time, he don't know what's going on fully, but he does know that what he about his father's business. His father. He doing what he's supposed to be doing. Although Mary didn't understand, Joseph didn't understand, even the doctors that were there didn't understand. Jesus was fulfilling his purpose all along. He was misunderstood, by others, but he was always in alignment with God. And that is what we need to focus on. Now, even with Mary keeping everything that he said in her heart, she didn't understand, but yet they never left her. It can be so many things that the people around you don't get, or the things that you're trying to make somebody understand, whether it's your vision, your purpose, your dream, your goals, whatever it may be, or just understanding who you are. Someone else may not get it, but you know. And your words, they might keep them with them. They may never leave them. And then one day, it'll all make sense, because guess what? Look who Jesus was. Look who he is now. Although he was misunderstood at 12, he came and he saved us all after 30. So it's like, things may not always make sense at this time, but as long as you are in God's will and you are walking in your purpose, it'll be understood eventually. So I don't know if that hit somebody else as hard as it hit me. I hope and pray that it did. And if you feeling misunderstood today, I'm here to tell you that it's going to be all right. Hold on. Don't give up. Keep walking in your purpose. Keep pursuing whatever it is that don't nobody else understand why you got to do it. Why you got that fire in your heart. Why this is something that you cannot let go. Keep walking in it. Stay in alignment with God. Stay in his will. Keep doing the right thing. Keep pushing it. Keep chasing your dreams. Keep pursuing them goals. Do not give up. Because you're not understood right now. And it is difficult sometimes. Like, dang, don't nobody get me. Don't nobody understand. I feel so alone. But you are not alone. Because even when you're not understood by everybody else, you're still in perfect will and alignment with God. Jesus was 12 then and walking in his purpose. I love y'all.